Should we close that door?
Yeah.
Close the door.
Close
So,
it. Yeah.
aloha everyone out in YouTube world. Kenji's gonna come in frame. Is that the correct camera?
In frame, yeah.
In frame.
In
I'm
frame.
starting to learn this stuff. I'm a YouTuber who knows nothing about video, which is kind of my claim to fame. Claim to fame in frame.
Claim to fame in the frame.
In the frame.
Let's go.
Where are you at on the monitor? That's
You'll see
lagging?
it. There's a lag.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. See? Point being, I don't know anything about this stuff, but I've been re-listening to a book called Who Not How, and it just revalidates why it's, in anything, it's better to have two than one, especially if there's alignment and chemistry. And so a lot of this channel is going to be me with Kenji because I'm not a YouTuber, at least I'm not this level of YouTuber, YouTube real estate YouTuber, without a partner, without Kenj. So this is, we are putting our money where our mouth is. We're living, what are the things I'm trying to say? Like, we're living it because we're going live to a channel that has 11 subscribers.
11 subs,
one of
0
them's you.
Viewers. 3 of them are me.
Three of them are you.
I am not even gonna lie. Like, I have so many YouTube accounts.
Three of them are Kenji. So really, we have 8 subscribers. They're
What?
probably all Remax people that
Yeah.
followed us from the Remax event. And but this is how to beef up a channel. This is the work. This is the first days in the gym when you're trying to lose weight, where nothing's really happening.
This is the before picture.
This is the before picture.
And I wish that I had more set up to show what we're looking at, because
You know what? Stay tuned till the
This is
end.
gonna change, right?
Stay tuned till the end, and we'll show you where we
Yeah,
are.
we'll
We'll
just-
pick up the camera and show you around where we are.
This-
In frame looks a certain way, and it's gonna look better,
Yeah.
but it's kind of ghetto.
It is what it is.
I'll show you the door, quote unquote, at the end of this live stream. So to unpack it, we just went to R4,
Las Vegas.
Remax World Convention, to speak at that event and spread the YouTube gospel. This is a big deal because the platform was cool. There's 10,000 agents there. Even though the way it worked out, we weren't very advertised. I think we had the biggest turnout for that stage.
And you know what? On my end, like, I'm gonna figure out how to beef up our live game as well, because this is when I would hit Q, and I already have pre-made like a bunch of clips
Yeah.
that show what I saw. You
Yeah.
were on stage, right? You're looking this way. So I got some angles where I'm like over your shoulder so we can see the crowd looking at you.
Right.
But I got all around, wide angles, tight. So like there was a good turnout, and like homeboy, was it Josh, I believe, said like you can tell how good someone's talk is by how much people come and talk to the speaker after.
Yeah.
So you'll see on this channel this week, all 0 of you watching right now. That's how it is, you know what I mean? You'll see this, what I got of like people coming to talk to you, ask questions, and that's kind of why.
And we were mic'd up the whole time. You know what?
You
I
was
accidentally
mic'd
took
up.
home the mic. You know that mic that you put on the head?
You took it home?
So I was answering a bunch of questions.
About to get invoiced.
And I told a guy, I was like, hey, can you take this off of me? So he like fed it through my shirt, and I thought it was, I guess it was in my shirt the rest of that evening.
He asked me, he's like, hey, make sure you get the mic. And I'm like, I got you, homie. I know how it is.
And so my wife goes, hey, what is this thing? And I was like, oh my God. Anyways, my bad. How expensive,
Well,
how much
FedEx-
do you think that costs?
I was scoping their gear as such, you'd expect, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's some scripts. I would think,
How much do you think I took home?
what was it? Just this piece
Just
that
that
was on your
skinny
ear?
mic thing
Did
with
you
the
have
ear.
the receiver?
No,
Like,
no. They got the receiver.
okay, well maybe like 300. I'm guessing.
We can
Just-
we can cut this part, right?
Just this wire right here that on the mics we got is
my
a couple
goodness.
of bills.
I might have to
Anyway.
mail it to him. Okay, so
We owe you.
we went to Remax, went to R4, spoke. I told a bit about my story, which I'm not going to redo here, but basically from new agent to doing a lot to doing nothing to doing a ton. And the ton came from Remax. The a lot came from being a skilled person that people should and could trust. The dry period came from that's how it goes when you don't have something abundant like this. Dry period, reset, renew, refresh the business, rebuild, and rebuild it on this platform, and it's become something amazing.
You know, one takeaway before you get started, from my point of view, things that I observe, right? Because let's be real, I'm the video partner stepping into the real estate partner's world. So I'm meeting like your peeps. In my head, I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah.
this is Derek's peeps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it. Like if you came to a video conference or something, you'd be like, all right, you go talk your thing.
Bunch of nerds.
But
That's
really,
right. Yeah.
but really, like, so in a way that was good for me
Uh-huh.
because I'm observant, right? So I'm just watching, and I see how, because there's some people watching this who aren't in real estate,
Okay.
but see how to use YouTube in business at large. That's what we're doing.
Sure,
right?
sure.
We're businessmen leveraging this tool for marketing. That's applicable across any industry. So I'm looking at it that way too, and I realized that what carries a lot of gravitas, new word, something I head, was your industry language and lingo and sort of badges of honor. The diamond, for example, on his name tag.
The lady, right?
Yeah, like, I gotta make a different clip of that. I see how understanding of this industry's vocab is.
We're
should be
very
leveraged.
numbers
Oh,
and
I think that's
status
her.
driven. Oh, Mahi is walking.
Okay.
Our other video personality on this real estate team is walking through the door now. We're a very, it can be kind of gross and it can be kind of fun as long as you take it for what it is and don't take yourself or this real estate thing too serious. I think you should take it extremely serious, but also don't, right? I think you know what I mean.
So I kind of like learned a lot about that part of the game.
People ring you up like the military.
Yeah,
If you're in the military, they look and they go, "Oh, what rank
Wow.
are you?"
Or like,
hi,
oh,
sir.
You didn't shave today, type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's your guys' thing, and I kind of got a glimpse of that, and it's refreshing, so I can kind of shape my
You know who
message
you're dealing with.
to fit that kind of thing.
You know
what
who
I
you're
mean?
dealing with, yeah.
I'm gonna make sure to get that close up of this diamond thing on your, you know what I mean?
So real estate, we're an industry of, how much do you make? How many units do you do? And then when the ego starts to get full and shuts off, we go, well, you do 2 million, but I do it my way or whatever. And we're full of ego. If you have a narcissistic gene that could be expressed, real estate's a dangerous place to have some success because it can get expressed here. You can pour water on that seed, so you have to be careful. And people go around looking at, what is your production? Are you wearing, there were even some people, because the way they did the badges, they're wearing awards that they didn't earn. It's just a unique thing. And so anyways, I went to the Remax event, spoke at a couple of things. So we networked the first night, then we spoke on stage at the Remax University stage. It wasn't platformed the same way because I didn't want to call in favors and pull levers, pull strings, and get myself on stage originally. And then by the time I did say, well, I guess this is what has to happen for me to get on stage, and I did go to the right people, they had already filled the slots for the bigger ballrooms. Those get put in the app and get, we would have had 1,000+ people if we had been put in the app, but we essentially weren't. We were hidden in the back, like, credit section. It's like the ending credits of a movie section of the app. And so therefore, almost no one, except for the people we marketed to, knew that we were having the event.
There was some pretty, I won't even say decent. There was a good turnout.
There was a great, I think it was the best turnout for that stage for the whole event.
And we were there hours earlier to kind of look at the ebb and flow of speakers. These are 30-minute slots, right?
We were there all day.
And so you see when one speaker's on, and you get the natural, you catch passerbyers. There's action going on in the back, the international thing, whatever was going on.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of traffic, high traffic zone. And even with that, I think, from my point of view, right, I'm like, there was a large group of not just sitting,
standing
but
room only.
standing.
Yeah.
And visually, it was like, the way you made it sound was almost like, oh man, we could have did bigger, and I'm sure we could have. But even still, the turnout was there, and I think that's also a testament to the power of YouTube, the interest in YouTube, to have more. I know there's TikTok, Instagram.
So case in point, the TikTok room was standing room only, and it was platformed. Had the YouTube speech been platformed the same way, it would have been fire marshal problem. And we had dinner with the TikTokers. They were very cool. I love them. They're awesome. But the news since R4 this past week has been that the government may ban TikTok. So this platform may be banned. Now, Instagram serves some of that purpose. It's not the exact same thing. It serves some of that purpose. So there will always be a platform and a strategy for short form educational nugs. You know, not on the 5 course that we serve, but short term educational stuff. But this is better. Would you rather work from short form up, or would you rather create hour pieces of content that you can use for short form and work backwards? This is more profitable. This is more scalable. This is more everything. And then you can make your Instagram off of this content. In fact, case in point, we'll make a short, put it to this channel on whatever I just said. We'll cut it up, make it a short, and you'll see it. And you'll see how long form is better because it catches everything.
And you'll see also already there's some shorts from the event. This week is going to be populated with mediums. We say short, medium, long, right?
Yeah.
Large, medium, small, however you cut it. But if you start with a large chunk, then you've got all the options there for you. Whereas you start with the short form, you can what?
You can't do anything.
You can build a bunch of shorts. So long form is king or queen, royalty, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in the questions that you received after, because you still had our mic.
Yeah,
well, I said our mic
all the mics on. I had all the mics.
And that video will be separately on this channel. Look for it. I think right now it's about 4 minutes long. But you can't hear the people asking questions because it's your mic, right?
Yeah.
As good, so I did subtitle it, but give me that real world feedback that we got from real life, practicing, participating real estate agents when they heard your first talk.
Oh, we got an audience here. So this is my takeaway. So I wanted to mention we spoke on stage. And then I spoke at a smaller engagement that was like a private session in a suite for a select group of people on the YouTube topic. I was refreshed and surprised at how engaged these people that I look up, like a guy Nate Martinez in Phoenix. I look at him like, wow. The way that these people are looking at me, like, wow. I look at Nate like, wow. And then he was like, no. I want you to speak. I want to listen. He was so engaged because he knows he's been in this industry for decades.
What was the difference in those two crowds? I know the difference in the stage, but you know more
in the crowd. So and then a third sort of engagement pitch that I had was with the #1 person in all of Remax on the agent side, not a corporate side. And we talked about working together. So we kind of had like 3 YouTube speeches in a day. So that was an interesting day, right? But the difference in the crowds. Here's what I got. No offense, people out there, but my big takeaway was I'm astonished and surprised at how many people don't get it. That don't understand the power of what we're doing, how they can apply it, why it's imperative that they do if they want a better business, a better team, a better value proposition, a better experience for their clients, better experience for themselves in their business with the clients, better experience for their lender, better experience forever, just better. And I know I sound biased, but you cannot place on this couch a cold caller, a door knocker, an ambulance chaser. Like, you can't, like the people that go and look who died in the newspaper and then go knock the doors and try and sell. You can't put them up against what we do. Now, business table should have multiple legs, right? This is just one thing. I get it. But you can't put any of these other, lead gen activities against our brand building activity and say that their main source of business, because all of these titans, they're going to have one main source. They're kings of Zillow. They're queens of Facebook pay-per-click or whatever. The people that build the business the way we do, and there's so few, it's just better. I'm unapologetic, and I don't mean it out of disrespect, because I learned at the event, some people have been kind of upset with the way I've been making some noise about this, but sorry, not sorry.
It's because you believe in it. You've experienced it. Everyone on the team we could put here on this couch that speak to that. And I think that was reflected in more so the second audience up in whatever sweet thing
In the
that
suite.
was in the suite. I think that audience, again, from my point of view, was, I think, more open to the idea, given it's a more intimate setting, so they feel like they can ask a question and it'll be directly answered, versus like the crowd that was in the first stage. Right?
So the crowd in the first stage, and I'm dealing with nerves. You know, I'm dealing with first time speaking in
The second time
that
was fire,
setting,
though.
multiple cameras
Yeah,
on me.
yeah.
A couple of the people that know me said it seemed like you're a little nervous to start. The thing that you posted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I seem pretty composed.
No, that's the first like minute of it.
Yeah.
And then you can tell there's acclamation.
I wasn't ready.
But
Okay.
then the second half.
He wasn't ready. But anyways, that crowd seemed a little like, what? What are you doing? And I'm taking it upon myself. I'm spending a lot of my mental hours. I'm spending a lot of my mental hours trying to figure out how do we get this message across and get it to land on people so that this industry is better. Again, I mean no disrespect to the people that have built amazing businesses, more reputable than mine, more of a track record, more sales, more everything. Because like we said, in real estate, we're all about measuring and
What sticker am I putting
accolades
on my name tag?
I mean no disrespect to these people whom I look up to. But I'm also unapologetic that this is just better. I've experienced it. We have raving fans calling us, not leads that need converting and pushed and hammered and tracked down to bottom of funnel. We have amazing people that come into us at the bottom of funnel after they know, like, trust us, they're in flow with us, and there's a decision to be made. So back to the difference in the crowds, I don't know, like, they don't, I'm surprised at how many people don't get it. Like, they don't, I'm like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You know, like.
You need to throw some memes.
You need, it's easy. Be chronos, be consistent, real or raw, obsessed, nuanced, a little outrageous, and tell stories and just do it. And then step one, go to Wise Hire, find a partner. We actually decided that that's a service that we have to provide. We have to provide a service where we help you source your video partner, help you find this guy, because that was one of the questions in the second crowd. So find that person, listen to all of our podcasts, our YouTube episodes, etc. Like, shift the paradigm from lead generation to brand building on YouTube, and then just go. Like, look, we are still talking to no one.
At 17 minutes.
At 17 minutes.
It's just zeros.
But we know what we're building and what this can be and would be if we stay consistent, right?
Yeah.
So the difference in the crowds. The first crowd was mostly like still in a lead gen. So I
I'm
always
very curious too. Like, they haven't experienced it.
So there are less diamonds and pinnacle, like multiple $1 million earners in that crowd.
Yeah.
So
Diamond is $1 million, Pinnacle's $2 million.
Pinnacle's $2 million. So they're still trying to figure out the business. So if I speak at a certain level in the first crowd and it's a new agent who's still figuring out what even is real estate, what is lead generation, what is conversion.
Yeah.
Derek, when you're referencing the funnel, like I've never thought of it that way, etc.
But you, relatively speaking, in the second crowd, when I'm like shaking hands, meeting people, a lot of facts and numbers they throw out is the years and they've been doing it. And we're talking decade plus people, right?
Yeah.
You can't even say decade yet. And
You arguably 2.5 years, but you could say 3.5.
So I feel like that age in the game don't matter as much. In fact, it could benefit you.
Well,
to be the first year person jumping on YouTube.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Doing YouTube as a newer agent can sometimes be better because you don't have all this salesmanship built into the way you talk, which turns people off. You're not like ingrained and what's the other word? Indoctrinated into
real estate sales.
Lead conversion, because YouTube is not a lead conversion game. It's not a lead generation game, and in my opinion, shift the paradigm to human connection and brand building. The way that Nike skateboard looks different than Nike golf looks different. Like, you're building this brand that is your brand on YouTube. And if you're an introvert agent, if you're a purple-haired agent, if you're a black agent, black Japanese, if you're, you know, Hawaiian, haole, if you're a Southerner with a cowboy cap, like your brand is your brand on YouTube, and you're gonna find your tribe. So lead generation's just not it, but you're gonna have to start talking for 20 minutes to no one, and wondering if the results will ever come. And most people in the first crowd, they're a lot of the people are still trying to figure out like so what are you saying, like what are you doing. In the second crowd, they're just a little quicker to learn because these are people who have been doing it 5, 10, 20 years, making millions of dollars.
Yeah, keep going.
The questions I got in the first after the first thing, so you were there listening, but I think so there was like one lady and she was like, I do YouTube, but it's not working.
Yeah.
And so
she was asking the most questions.
And she asked that she's like dominating the questions, so other people were kind of like, "Can I get my question in?" You know.
Yeah.
But the takeaway from her channel was, she's
she
being.
showed you it.
She showed me the channel in the end, and I told her, "Look, there's too much for. I can't like. Everything about this is wrong. There's too much. I can't teach you everything you need to know in this short amount of time. But you need better thumbnails. You need to shoot different content for different links with a different strategy, with a different person and equipment. It's just all wrong. But I applaud her for trying because she already has a muscle built and she's trying. There's another woman who said, hey, I appreciate all your points. I appreciate this speech. Are you like, do you pay to look at channels or whatnot? And I was very transparent with her. I said, we do have our coaching platform, Lead, Suck, Create Clients. If you send me your stuff, I'll do my best to look at it. But once this thing grows, I can't be in the business of giving everyone free channel reviews because it would consume my week. And it's not fair to myself, my family, my team to, you know, take someone who's responsible for over $1 million a year team and spend 10 hours out of a 40-hour work week reviewing people's channels. And so, yeah, we will have to monetize it at some point. So I can't tell you yes or no, but go ahead and send it to me. She seemed disappointed, and she left after that, but not disrespectful. Just kind of like, I think she probably already paid for a coaching product.
On that point, that's what we've experienced too, was people who
we should table that. Let's table it. Let's table that.
Okay.
We'll get into these, like, to the competition. There was these two twins from Arizona, and they were kind of just like deeply looking, and they're like, and I'm like, dude, you guys would crush if they have the look, they could probably connect if they would just learn about the brand building, not the lead generating, but they have an old school father who is the real estate. I think he maybe owns the brokerage or something.
I've noticed a lot of like multi-generational real estate agent families attending.
And so for the kids, man, they should just do it.
I know what you're talking about because we were talking first because, you know, this guy had like a line, or not even a line, really a circle. You know, a circle, and like you had to move away because we're kind of distracting the next speaker, right? So like as you moved and relocated over there, and then the circle like crowded you, there was like overflow. Well, there's two very specific people asking about what I do on my end, and then the twins that you just mentioned.
The one Asian girl?
Yeah. Her. She was in the front.
I saw her last year too. I want to connect with her.
She was in the front row.
Yeah, I don't want to. Did you get her information?
I did not. If you're watching by some chance, please reach out. But she had some good questions, and then the other homie who was also in the front row next to her, I think he does church streams as well. That's where he kind of cut his teeth for streaming.
Okay.
But so he gets it, and he echoes that sentiment of the people I work with don't.
They don't get it.
They just don't get it, and so.
So plug to the realtors. What questions do you have so that we can make you get it? Like.
Maybe not for everybody.
We've just started putting out content, so I'm sure it'll pierce and we'll connect and we'll resonate, and then this like epiphany will happen as you consume our content more. But I'm just astonished how many people don't get it.
I think the twins get it, but they need to sort of translate it.
And I feel like they need permission almost, whether figuratively or literally, from dad and the people that run the business. And like, yeah, we should do this. And what I would say to a younger agent out there is they don't, like, my broker didn't get it. I joined my broker because of these diamond awards and whatever. And when I first started pitching him what we're doing, he didn't get it. He didn't believe in it. I mean, he was nice and cordial and charismatic because he is that skilled person, but they didn't see it. They didn't see the vision. Who could see the vision? Who could see the vision that you're going to make these videos and have no guaranteed ROI? Like cold calling, people know. If you make 1,000 calls, if you're a little more skilled, you have this conversion rate. If you're less skilled, you have this conversion rate. It's tried and true. Door knocking, farming. There's tons of data and metrics and analytics on if you send out 5x9 cards versus 8x12 cards and whatever. Like,
by the way,
we know at what level that stuff's gonna work.
I want to share a mailer I got with you.
A mailer, okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's a whole nother video with
Okay.
mailers and stuff. But remind me to show you that. And then also, speaking of data and analytics, how many, if you can ballpark a percentage, of second-year agents reach diamond? Second or third year, how? Just say second year.
Probably less than 0.1%.
So,
Yeah, or maybe call me third year to be fair.
okay, third year diamond is like single
Still.
digits, if anything.
No, not even 1%.
Not even one.
Not even
a
1%.
fraction of one.
So out of you would, because 1% of Remax has 160,000 agents, 150,000 agents, or whatever.
In this country, right?
No, that's worldwide.
Oh, okay.
So in America, let's say it's 100,000 or something.
Okay.
1% would be
1,000.
1,000. There's not 1,000. There's no way there's 1,000 second, third year agents doing diamond. There's absolutely not.
So that right there, I feel, to me on the outside again,
Probably less than 10. I
that
would think.
statistic alone should be like that second crowd was like, okay, I'm listening, I'm tuned in. What do you have to say? I'm gonna be selfish and ask things that I want to know, right? Because of that statistic right there.
Yeah.
To me, that statistic speaks volumes more than stickers you can put on your
Yeah,
name tag,
yeah.
right? So that's something that deserves further exploration.
Well, that's like why Contavious is so popular. The Contavious Q for the
Yeah.
a lot of our crowd to start right now are Remaxers, so they all know
Okay.
who Q is.
Okay.
Q is this young college athlete, you know, good looking black guy, speaks authoritatively with that southern accent. What did you do today? What did Q do today?
I knew he was gonna
Yeah?
do it. I knew he was gonna.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Q.
Yeah.
He's doing it the old school way, and hey, hats off. I mean, literal hats off to him. He does more than I do. But I like my way better. I like my style. I like our life better. And I think that of all the people that ever watch this, the success rate you could have of coming on, shooting videos, giving value versus doing it the Q way and going and door knocking, most of you guys just aren't going to. You aren't going to door knock until the sun goes down or you get a listing. You're not going to cold call until the electricity runs out or you get a listing. Like, most of you guys aren't going to do that. And this is evergreen. Q said he's stopping production this year. He's going to go do something else, or, you know, I don't want to put his business out there, but Q's going to do, you know, he's got so much going on that he might take another opportunity.
I think
if we were to stop right now, the clients, the relationships will continue to funnel in, maybe forever, but certainly for months and months, probably years to come. And we could drop production quality, just go live on an iPhone every week, and it would be enough to maintain, and we would just have $1 million business forever. If you were the best cold caller, or like say you're Richard Dougal, the best door knocker in all of Remax, if you stop, it stops. Now, Richard's built this book of business and this sphere that he could nurture and do client event parties and do all this stuff. But in terms of new business, that like new clients into his world, if he stops door knocking, it stops. That's not the case with us. So, moving to the second crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second crowd, from my read,
Yeah.
and also, I think, I don't know if the word quality is fair here, but like the questions that came out from the second crowd, and again, we have to say it's more intimate. You know what I mean? It's like
they feel more empowered to ask questions.
I can ask you right now.
Yeah.
That's also the only other. There's only 2 times I saw a video guy. Okay, 3 times. One was the guy I talked to.
Remax, we got to step it up.
Before he jumped on the first stage, right? There's another guy I just saw following another guy with a gimbal. And then the third guy was in the Skyloft room, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, first I was like, okay, that's putting me on like, this is that crowd. They get it to
Yeah.
some degree. They understand how to leverage content, how to make clones
Well,
of this.
that was Nate Martinez's
Who's that?
camera guy, the old school OG guy from Phoenix,
Where was
and
he sitting in the room?
right next to me. So I'm talking. He's the guy right here with all the things. With
On
the,
your right by the
yeah,
stairs.
the white goatee kind
Oh,
of thing.
okay.
He
Okay.
on the stool next to the stairs.
Okay.
He's not a progressive young agent who is building everything in social media, but he is very smart.
He
very
brought a
s-
media guy.
Very calculated, and he
Right?
even though he's figuring it out,
Mhm.
he understands the power of this investment and the ROI of bringing his media guy.
I was like, I saw that automatically different crowd to me.
Yeah.
Like you said, Remax R4 or R5. Wait, does it change or is it always R4?
It's always our
My
fault.
bad. Remax R4 2000, like 60th anniversary. This was the 50th.
50th, yeah.
So in the 60th anniversary, like, why wouldn't there be the media
100,
partner like
500
everywhere?
guys, yeah.
Like, if I was Remax administrative, like I would set up photo booths or video booths, right, and just have these capture points where
You
your
know-
agents come through.
You know what they should do? I'm trying to
Actually not.
leverage this for private conversations, but we're not going to have 1,000 subscribers tomorrow. But what Remax should do is run contests. Whoever comes away, right?
Get
You give
everyone
incentive for
involved.
more people to come, and then
Yeah.
run contests and give incentives. Whoever has the best video, it's going to be voted on. Whoever gets the most impressions.
It's fun and it's the compound effect. Like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, because if there's how many agents were there? 10,000. Let's say 10,000. There's 10,000 unified posts that go out on the internet. The brand of Remax, everyone's turning heads outside of real estate, not Coldwell, not just EXP, whatever. Like everyone in the industry's turning heads, but then that's the kind of ripple effect that goes beyond the industry.
And then look at the quality. So the stuff we're posting
I mean-
versus other people saying, "Look at me," there's a place for selfies. There always will be in basic photos, but the kind of recaps that we're cutting up,
Yeah.
man, like if Remax had more of that, what does that do to the brand? It's evergreen and it's amazing. So, anyways, moving on to the second crowd. The second crowd was sophisticated. It was intimate setting. They asked very pointed, skilled questions, and but I was still surprised at how much they were like.
Still like what?
They were like, "I believe you,
Yeah.
because I've achieved such success, and you're speaking in terms about moving things down the
Yeah.
funnel, and both like you're speaking on our level. We
Mhm.
believe you.
Mhm.
3-year guy, wow.
Mhm.
However, what are you doing?" And I was like, man, everyone in this room has the resources. Everyone in this room has the resources to do this. So that event was hosted by Josh May from Michigan. He started YouTube. I've been coaching him. He got 2 clients so far for 1.6 million, and he's about 5 months in, 6 months in. There's another guy named Ron. He went all in. Like all of this, he was like from day one, I'm all in.
Yeah.
2 months in, got his first client. We started, to give you guys an idea, I think this was an impactful thing for people.
To hear this part.
This part, we started making $250,000 a quarter as soon as we started earning. 4th quarter of 2021. This is just YouTube. You can still have, if you have so many implementers and integrators that you can have your farming leg that isn't as high ROI as YouTube, but still profitable. Farming, your Zillow Flex, your YouTube, etc. And YouTube makes all of those things better, by the way, because you can farm with YouTube. Zillow Flex, hey, how you doing? Check out my YouTube. YouTube makes it all better, but if you can have $1 million asset here, $1 million asset there, $1 million asset there, and these different legs of your business, why not? But if you think about it, we left 250, 500,000 on the table by half-assing it. By
discovering it and
by going
wondering.
one video at a time, missing some weeks, see if it's going to work. If we just had this information, trusted that it were going to work, and we're going to be able to do $250,000 in gross commission a quarter, and we would have put everything into it, made it work sooner,
Yeah.
earned 1 or 2 quarters sooner, and then, I mean, you talk about if you just hire a video guy, they're not $250 a quarter, they're even $250 a year.
Yeah.
And so that's just the message, like, go all in. Go all in as soon as possible. Buy the coaching, buy the boot camp, buy the books, buy the everything. If you go all in and start earning 3 months sooner, 6 months sooner than you otherwise would, you have the best version of a real estate business there is. And I'm a student, I'm an obsessed, sick student of this game. It's the best version of a business that there is in real estate sales. And by going all in, you can make it happen as soon as 2 or 3 months, as is seen with Ron. But if you were to go build a business like a pressure washing or solar or roofing business, you have to buy trucks, you have to buy insurance, you have to buy all these things. The investment to get your YouTube beefed up in the next 90 days is nothing if you think of it as a business person. So one point I didn't finish earlier, the difference between the first crowd and the second crowd and the third individual, there are real estate people trying to do business, and there are business people doing real estate. The second crowd had more business people doing real estate. The third conversation that day was the epitome of a business person doing real estate. And the more the people think of it through a business lens, the more they'll jump off this cliff and put everything into doing YouTube today. And
every day.
Fly to Hawaii and train with us and come to this room. And like, if you had to build another business, and most businesses, 10 to 40% margins. You know, if you run, I talked to a guy called in from YouTube, client yesterday. Says, Derek, you know, I make a cool $350,000 a year. I run a concrete and asphalt company. That we're talking about how much he does gross. He has like $3 million. So his margins are around 10%. He said, yeah, that's about 10, 15%. That's the margins for someone like me. But I pay my kids $100,000 each too to run the business. Yeah. So he's like, I got 10, 14% margins. If you own a painting company, you're going to have 30% margins, whatever. To build those businesses costs tons of money.
It's a lot of upfront.
Or you can invest in a video person, or partner with a video person, or hire them and give them bonuses, or however you're going to do it. Build this YouTube asset and start making higher margins than my asphalt guy and have an evergreen business. If he stops pouring asphalt, it's done. If your YouTube channel keeps going, but you move to a new city and you keep sending referrals, you keep earning. Anyways, we'll keep trying to get this through, and I'll keep throwing these points out. But
I'll go address the comments and questions that I received, that I fielded as the video partner. As you can expect, it was largely people who are versed in my tools and craft, right? And so the barrier to entry, right? Like, what do you need to actually, speaking of your startup costs, if it's either investment, partnership, whatever it is, what does it cost to start up with a consistent video setup? This is something that's consistent. What do I need? And, you know, we're working on different levels of packaging, you know, to shout out to, was it North Carolina? Oscar and Michelle? Vermont, maybe.
You putting me on the spot. I don't know. What
okay,
are you talking
my
about?
bad. Michelle and Oscar. We're helping them create the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah. So I had a talk with the video partner of this duo that's replicating what we are, and I realized that, okay, one, it's way better to partner with someone who's already got it, right? Who's already got some amount of gear to start with, versus doing it yourself. Because when you do it yourself, you're going to spend a lot of time.
If you're the video person,
freaking setting up, learning, watching YouTube, just get next to the person who's there.
And if you're the video person, you want to partner with someone who knows what they're talking about in this game.
Yeah, like, we're already running in our different lanes, but when it's like this, explosions.
Imagine if this guy partners with someone or works for someone who doesn't know zoning, doesn't know cash on cash return, doesn't know cap rate, doesn't know blah, 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 blah. Isn't a skilled agent who's a business person in this game. His ROI on his time is just not as good. So when a skilled real estate person works with a skilled video person, it's a 1 + 1 equals
millions.
A lot.
Equals diamonds.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
what I did?
Yeah.
But I'm eager, like, we could show this area. We could show kind of what the plans
Let's do
are.
that. So we're kind of the thing about these videos is This is a live, so we have when we go live, we have a little less expectation. It's a little less, I don't know,
In the future,
premeditated.
we're gonna be like there's comments, right? There's 0 right now, but
We're
in the future we're having a conversation.
we're literally gonna shoot a video right now. I'm gonna shoot another video to post. It will have either been posted or it'll post right after this one on team building and what YouTube means for team building. That'll be a more directed thing, and it'll be a shorter and more engaging. Right now, let's show you around our space. So this is our.
Here, let me get. They'll be able to hear me, but we can just show you.
Wow.
Or you can kind of.
Oh, you're going. So, this is our studio space. I just got this thing from Costco yesterday. I don't know what this big light thing is. I mean,
That's called the key light. This is our key
light.
light. That's our rim light. But you
This
can
is-
do it with one light, really.
in here is a storage room, and then there's a bathroom in there. We're gonna have another studio space to shoot there.
I can actually- let me
This
try
is an entryway. All these boxes and stuff. We're setting this up.
Here, let's walk in.
Walk and talk.
We're doing a little walk-in stream here.
So here, this is gonna be another podcast set up here for people to just sit here and podcast and have conversation and or
Hold on,
you know.
Let me want to adjust me on the camera real quick.
Okay.
Boop. There we go. All right. What's this area?
So this is going to be the main content space. And then I want to show them our door. So we don't walk here because there's the cord.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is our door for now. Door guy's coming tomorrow, I think, to put a legit door because there's a space there we have to be separated from. But what does this mean other than it's a flex and we feel cool? This shows the power of this kind of lead gen. I don't like calling it lead gen. This kind of marketing. Is it okay?
Oh snap! I wonder. It's
We'll
like
see.
all. I'm
Well,
recording it.
we'll see.
Yeah.
This kind of business is different. In Hawaii, it's hard to get a commercial space like this. Our price per square foot is prohibitive. Almost no teams have offices. So expensive. We have a whole space dedicated to content production. Content is king. You have to either accept it, learn it, jump in with us, run with us, or get left behind, or do a business a harder way, but if it brings you joy, happiness, and money, that's totally fine. I hope that you guys get it. I hope that you come do YouTube with us, and I hope we can earn together.
Yes, sir. See you next time. Start moving around. It's like.
Is it raining? Nah, shit, it's sunny. It's windy though.